I find nature to be very peaceful and calming. I have bird feeders, as a lot of people do, and if you're stressed out or if you're worried about something, all I have to do is look out the window and observe nature, and all of a sudden you just have that calming. It has that calming effect. I think there's interest growing in nature because they see how important it is to our survival as a human species. We all need, we all interact, we all need to, we all depend on each other, and we certainly depend on nature. And I think a lot of people are realizing that now and wanting to protect endangered species, protect habitats where these species live. And I'm very pleased to see that kind of interest. I worked at Quinte Conservation as community relations coordinator, and in that capacity I developed an outdoor program to take people out on guided hikes to introduce them to nature in our conservation areas. But prior to that, I was park naturalist at Sandbanks Provincial Park. So I was there since 1984 for 8 years. I wasn't formally taught nature, I just learned it as I went along. Of course, I always had an interest in nature. My background has always been birds. That's what I was interested in. That's what my former school teacher was interested in, so that was sort of passed on to me. And of course, being a farmer, you naturally take an interest in everything that you see from the tractor seat, so to speak. But birds seem to stick with me, and it's fascinating. So that's where my specialty is. But then from that, you gain an interest in other aspects of nature too, like plants and wildflowers and all kinds of animals, and you learn as you go. Well, nature stuff was just a word that I decided would sort of encompass everything that I was interested in. I wrote a column, for instance, on nature for the Picton Gazette for 50 years, as well as the Belleville Intelligencer. I did some work for them. And I did guided hikes, I did car tours, bus tours as a step-on guide. So I thought, well, nature stuff would sort of incorporate all the things that I did, and it was a title that just stuck. During any of these events, even today, or guided hikes, seeing someone take an interest and then coming back to me maybe years later and saying, I remember what you said, you know, and as a result of what you have taught me, I have gone out and pursued nature myself. To me, that is the biggest reward. I think I jokingly said today I've retired 3 different times, and it's very hard to retire from something that you enjoy so much. It provides something for me to do, and it keeps my mind active. If I'm always out there doing a few guided hikes, as long as I'm physically able to do so, and to do as I did today, get up in front of a group of people and just hear all the questions about that particular topic. I find that very rewarding, and so I'm going to continue doing that as long as I'm able.